didn't try to say my actual last name. I skipped it. It's Jennifer Clark Bugajsky, but that's okay.
I'm going to say it when I get there.
No worries. The good Catholic girl, when she turned 40, still didn't believe she was beautiful, sexy, or desirable. Over a decade ago, I walked into a room with 15 marriage encounter couples. I remember my heart was pacing, my palms were sweating, and my body was shaking when I declared in a group share, I didn't want a marriage like my parents. Now, my parents were very devout Catholic people. They devoted their lives to God and in service to others. But what they didn't do was learn how to focus on themselves or each other. And I wanted more. I was surrounded by a worldwide marriage encounter community of amazing couples, and I knew that there was more to my life, to my marriage, and my family than what I had been experiencing. I wanted that intimacy and connection with my partner. I longed to be desired and to be craved by him. And I wanted more fulfillment and aliveness in life. And that's when I said, I want more. So the next day, I decided to go to confession and said, God, please come into the center of my marriage. And he revealed to me a message in a dream. In that dream, there was a beautiful, gorgeous woman in green lingerie dancing for my husband, who was not me. And I said, God, you have a really funny sense of humor. So I spoke with a friend, and they said, Jen, who was the woman in the dream? And I said, she was a mom on the hockey team. You all know who I'm talking about, right? That woman who was put together. The hair, the nails, the makeup, the shoes, the jewelry, the purse, the sexiness, the flirtatiousness. I mean, the power and success. She had it all. That wasn't me. But my friend looked at me and said, Jen, that is you. What are you hiding from? And it was that moment when I stopped to pause and think. I wanted to be that woman who felt sexy in the dream. I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin, wearing something silky and sexy. I wanted to be the woman who could dance, a sexy dance, in front of a partner. I longed for all of those things, and yet I was ashamed and embarrassed to admit that I wanted those things.
Wow.
This is when I realized it was my mission and purpose in life to not only heal what was holding me back from owning these desires, but also to help other women as well. Because I have not met a woman yet who doesn't want to feel sexy and comfortable in her own skin, and who does not want to dance a sexy dance. But we all hide behind it. Because we were taught that we shouldn't want things in life in general, let alone erotic. desire. A good girl does not do that. Why should we? We have been taught the risks and dangers of sexuality. We have not been taught the pleasures and the responsibility. Ladies, there is so much power in our sexuality, in our body, in our erotic aliveness and pleasure. But that's not what we have been taught. Why is that? We have a skewed definition of power. Many of us have probably experienced power as being force, control over, dominating, obeying authority, listening to what someone else tells you to do. And unfortunately, if you want someone to not step into their power, what you do is you teach them to fear that power. Ladies, we have been taught to fear the greatest gift and the greatest power we have within us. God did not make a mistake when he created the one body part in a woman that sole purpose is made for pleasure. Men don't even have that. The clitoris has 10,000 nerve endings, and its sole purpose is pleasure. God knew what he was doing when he designed our female bodies. Now, all right. But we have been taught to fear pleasure, to not own pleasure. So I want to talk about the word pleasure. I want to do three things first. I want to talk about fun, joy, and pleasure. You guys all know what fun is. We're having fun here today. Right? You go out singing, dancing, you're having a good time. I want you to think about the opposite of fun. And that's boredom. Okay. Now we're going to move on to joy. Joy is what everybody wants. This spiritual, inner sense of peace. Now the opposite of joy is sorrow. Now let's go to pleasure for a moment. Pleasure is the physical sensation and feeling in our body. How many like to go and get a massage? Yes. Anybody? It feels good, right? Yes. Yeah. How many of you like to go and get your hair done? And when you've got a great hair washer and she rubs your scalp, that could be orgasmic in itself. Your body was made to feel. We are spiritual beings in a physical body. Now I want to ask you, what is the opposite of pleasure? Pain. Very different than sorrow and boredom. How often do you wait until something is painful, physically, before you take action? Many of us, I've been there, we've all done it. We've been taught, no pain, no gain. Struggle. And we grow through pain, which is great. We have all had stories, and you're going to probably hear a lot of stories from all of the authors today on the struggles and the storms that they have gone through to get them to where they are today. And I applaud all of you for that. And I would like to say you can grow just as much from pleasure as you can from pain. We have been taught We have not been taught the power of our own pleasure. And if you could grow from pleasure and not just pain, wouldn't you want to know more? Yes. Pleasure is not just about an orgasmic sensation. Pleasure can be used for healing and purification. It can be used for the physical act of pleasure and bliss. It can be used to harness creativity. It can also be used for manifestation. So why are we not engaging in more pleasure? In addition to the psychological, social, cultural, religious traumas that we have been taught, beliefs that we have been taught over the years, there is actually a biological reason. So I want to go into biology and science for a moment. Men and women's bodies are made differently, right? Clearly. Not only physically, we have different body parts, but we have different hormones that run our bodies differently. And when a woman works too much, our bodies compensate with stress, which turns into high cortisol. So, if you think about this just from a logical perspective, if you are taking more of the burden, if you are working more, if you are working tons of hours a day to get shit done, the body is drained and exhausted. But it compensates, and it allows you to move through those moments. What ends up happening is we create a society of women who are addicted to cortisol. We are addicted to that, it's not even a high or a rush, but that continued busyness, doing, working 14, 20 hours a day, whatever it is. And we can't get out of it. Because here's the truth. What do you think the antidote to high cortisol is?
No stress.
Yes, it's oxytocin, the love hormone, and pleasure. The medicine that we need the most is pleasure. But here's the problem, ladies. What is the thing you want the least when you are exhausted, burnt out, and overloaded? Right? It's the last thing that your body wants in that moment. But it is the exact medicine that you need. And it actually takes intentional focus and effort to bring pleasure into your life when it's not something that you actually want in the moment. Now you can get there, and our husbands, boyfriends, whatever, are probably like, yeah, come on, let's go, right? But if they push it, it doesn't feel good, right? I want you to learn how to tune up your turn on, your aliveness, your juice in life. This is actually one of the things that keeps marriages alive. It's not about the sex, always. It is about your energy, your radiance, your aliveness, your turn on that you bring into the moment, into the relationship. There are hundreds of ways to feel turn on. I actually have a freebie. It's 100 ways to tune up your turn on. If you want information, let me know. But the thing is, you just have to start somewhere. Imagine what your life would be like if you stopped denying yourself pleasure. You would stop numbing yourself and feeling disconnected. Stop feeling undervalued and overlooked. and claim what you really want. Imagine if you would make a commitment to yourself and your pleasure. One of your first thoughts might be fear of shifting the old identity from who you are to who you really are. You might feel a little embarrassed, wondering, what are people going to think if I focus on pleasure? I thought that years ago. What are people going to think if the good Catholic girl starts to talk about pleasure? But I want you to not just listen to, I want you to feel. As Erica so eloquently talked to us about being in our bodies and our movement, I want you to feel that hunger inside of you. It's not a hunger for food. It's not a hunger for substitute pleasures. It's a hunger for that aliveness and pleasure inside of you. What would happen to your life if you allowed yourself to say yes to more pleasure? To allowing yourself the capacity to receive more and more and more.